Hello everybody, welcome to the JavaScript course. In this video, I'm going to discuss the date object. In this video, I'm going to tell you the way to get the current time using the date object. I'm also going to set up the time using timestamps. And I'm also going to set up my user-defined time. And also, I'm going to get the date components from a given time value created by a date object. Now, let us see the HTML file first. The HTML file is very simple. I have a title here and a heading. And this HTML file is linked to a JavaScript file, and the name of this file is called myscript.js, which is stored in the JS folder. And let me go back to the JavaScript file. In order for me to use the strict mode, I must type use strict on the first line of the JavaScript file. Okay, then I'm going to tell you how to set up a date object to get the current time. So my idea is to use the date class without passing any parameter. So the idea is to use new date followed by a pair of empty round brackets. So the current time is trying to get the current time, and I'm going to show it on the alert window. So let me try to do it. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that I can get the current time, which is the 7th of June, 2023. Okay, which is based on the Hong Kong Standard Time. So the date object is going to give you a lot of detailed information about the current time. In addition to showing the current time, I can specify my time using a concept called timestamp. What is a timestamp? A timestamp is simply a time unit in milliseconds, and the origin of the timestamp starts from 0, which represents this particular date and time using UTC plus 0. 1970 January the 1st. Okay, so from this particular moment, measured by using UTC plus 0 time zone, we set up the timestamp as 0. So based on this starting point of timestamp, we can find out the particular time based on this origin. If the timestamp is positive or negative, it just specifies a forward or backward time from the start. That means I count the number of timestamps starting from this 0 timestamp, which is treated as the origin. So let me show you an example. Suppose I want to show the particular time shown here. 1970, January the 1st, 12:30 a.m., GMT plus 0, which is adjusted for your location. Then what does it mean by this one? If I use the timestamp, let me show you my way. Okay, I just input the number of timestamps that can represent my required time. So I want to get 30 minutes starting from the origin, which is 0. So I have to specify 30 minutes in terms of milliseconds. That's why I have to say 0.5 hour multiplied by 3,600 seconds multiplied by 1,000 milliseconds, which represents 1 second. So this value is going to give me this particular time in terms of the timestamp. So let me show you the answer to this timestamp. Save. Reload. Okay, this is the answer. So I'm going to get 1970, January the 1st, 8:30 a.m. And here GMT is converted to positive 8 hours. That means I'm going to use the time zone of my current location to indicate the time in terms of the timestamps. Okay. So GMT plus 0 means that I use my time zone based on my location. Okay, how about getting the current timestamp of my current time? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. I can have a way to do so. The idea is to use the Date.now method. So this is a built-in method for the date class. And then when I do so, I'm going to get the current timestamp. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see we have such a big number which represents my current time. Okay, so it should be around this the 7th of June 2023, possibly 1:30. So this value represents the number of milliseconds passed starting from the origin of the timestamp, which is this time value. Okay, and after that we can show you the way to set up precise time using year, month, date, hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds, and so on, so that I don't always need to indicate my time using timestamps, which is a bit complicated for daily life applications. So how can I do so? I can have a way like this. Okay, you can see that I'm going to set up my precise time by entering the year, month, which is the 0th month, or month 0, which represents January. Okay, and I also pass the value of 25 as the date. 16 represents hours in the 24-hour scale. Minutes is 35. Seconds is 20 seconds. Milliseconds is 120. So 1 second has 1000 milliseconds. So 120 seconds is less than 1 second. So let us see the result by printing this precise time on the alert window. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see the precise time is set up. Month 0 is actually January, which is the first month of the year. So the origin starts from 0. So I have January here. 2022, day 25, 16 o'clock, which is 4 p.m., 35 minutes and 20 seconds. And you can see that the milliseconds are not always shown on the alert window, because that is not always required in daily life applications. So you can also see that the time is based on my current time zone, which is the Hong Kong Standard Time, okay, which is GMT plus 8 hours. In addition to using the year, month, date values precisely, I can use a string to represent my time. So the idea is to use a date string shown in this particular format. Year, month, date, followed by a delimiter called T, and after the delimiter I specify the hour, minute, seconds, and milliseconds, and so on. And here I have a capital letter Z at the end, which means the time zone in a certain hours compared to the UTC plus 0. So let me show you an example to use a date string to represent the time. Okay, you can see this very long string which represents a date string. Year is 2015, the month is May, and the day is 28th. T is the delimiter. After the delimiter, I specify the time in hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. And I also specify the time zone using the plus or minus, followed by the number of hours and limits compared to the UTC plus 0 time system. Okay. So let me try to print out the result. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see the data shown up here. May, which is month number 5. 28 is the day. 2015 is the year. The time is shown here. And I also show the time zone by using the +8 hours starting from the UTC +0, which is actually referring to the Hong Kong Standard Time. Okay. So if you don't like to use such a long string to represent your date string, you can just show the year, month, and date together, or you just show the year and month, or you just show the year only in your date string, so that the content will be shorter. In addition to entering a date string in the previous manner, I can also show you another way to interpret the date string, so that the time can be obtained from the date string. The idea is to use the Date.parse method by entering a date string. So let me show you my current date string. Okay, I use the Date.parse method to interpret my date string in this particular format shown here, which follows the previous definition of the date string. So if I want to do the alert window, I'm going to convert this date string into a particular time. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that I'm able to do the conversion from the date string to the timestamps in milliseconds. So we have to notice that when we use the Date.parse method, we are not going to get back the time in some readable format by humans. Instead, we get the timestamps, which is measured in milliseconds starting from the January 1st, 1970. Okay. So if we are given a date string, is it possible to get back each of the components of your date string? Yes, it is possible. In JavaScript, the date object has some kind of methods for us to really pick the components up. So let me show you an example. Now I have a long date string, and I would like to pick up the components in my date string. So I'm going to pick up the year, month, date, and so on. So how can I do so? Let me show you my way to get the year first. So I'm able to get the full year from my date string. Save. Reload. Yes, I can get back 2017 from my date string. So I can use the getFullYear method. Okay. The next step is to get the month coming from the date string. Is it possible? Yes, I can use the getMonth method. So what is the answer to the getMonth method? Let me show you now. Save. Reload. Yes, you can get number 8. What does it mean by number 8? It actually means the 9th month, which is September. The month would start from 0, so that's why I would get 8 as the answer to the 9th month of a year. Okay, so we have to take care of this issue of using the getMonth method. So the largest month is 11, which means December. 0 here means January. Now I'm going to get the date from the date string. So the date would be the 2nd. Save. Reload. Yes, number 2 is given out because it means day 2 of a given month. And I'm going to take the hours from my date string. The idea is to use the getHours method. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see I get 14, which is hour 14 according to the 24-hour system. So I get 14 shown here. Then I can get the minutes. The idea is just to use the getMinutes method. Save. Reload. Yes, I get number 9, which represents the minutes from my date string. And I'm going to get the seconds from the date string. So I use the getSeconds method. Save. Reload. Yes, I get 52 as the answer. Then I'm also able to get the milliseconds. I use the getMilliseconds method. Save. Reload. Yes, I can get 972 milliseconds. So it is still less than 1 second. Okay, I can already get the components from my date string. So is it possible to get the day of a week from the given information from the date string? Yes, it is possible. So let me show you the approach. I can use the getDay method to get the day of a week represented by that particular date. Okay, so what would be the day of a week? Save. Reload. Yes, you can see number 6. What does number 6 mean? It means that the particular day here represents Saturday. So we can take a look at the calendar for 2017. September the 2nd, it is Saturday. So number 6 refers to Saturday. So how about Sunday? If you have a date which is Sunday, the value coming from the getDay method would become 0. So that is the way of representing the day of a week by using the getDay method. Monday would be 1, Tuesday would be 2, Wednesday would be 3, Thursday will be 4, Friday will be 5, Saturday will be 6, and Sunday will be 0. So that is the value coming from the getDay method. So we can also get the timestamp represented by that particular date string here. Okay, so what is the answer to the timestamp? Let me show you my way to print it out. I use the getTime method. Save. Reload. Yes, I can get the particular timestamp using the getTime method. Okay, so let me show you another situation to set up my date. To set up a date, we have to start with any date object. For example, we can start with the current time object, and from the current time value, I can do some amendment. So what does it mean by that? Let me show you an example. So I get the current time called my own time. And from this date object, I can change the value of it. Now it is 2023, but I can set my year to 2016. And I can also set up all other things, like the month, date, and so on. So if I want to set up my month, I have to follow this convention. The month 6 here means the 7th month. So the month starts from 0. So month 0 is just January. Okay. So if I want to do month 6, it means July. So you can see that I'm going to change my current time to other user-defined values by using the set methods of the date object. I'm going to set the date to be number 9. Now I set the hours to be 21 according to the 24-hour system. 38 minutes. 8 seconds. 437 milliseconds. Then I'm able to show my time now, which is already converted from my current time, which is in 2023. So I just use the alert window to show the on time here. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that the time can be changed according to these setups using the set methods of my date object. Okay. July means month 6. The date becomes number 9, and other things would follow accordingly. Okay, and the time is using the current time zone GMT plus 8 hours, which represents the Hong Kong Standard Time. Okay. Okay, one thing to talk about the date issue is that the date can correct itself. What does it mean by the correction? Let me show you an example to see how the time can be corrected to the proper value itself. Now suppose I have my current time using the new date instruction shown here. I want to set the time to be this particular value, year 2021. Here is the problem. Month 13 should refer to the 14th month of the year, which is actually February of the next year. So you can see that I'm going to have some self-correction provided by JavaScript to address this issue. Same here for the date. In February, there are at most 29 days. It is not possible to have 30 days in February. And since 2021 is not a leap year, the 30th day should represent the 2nd of March. So let me see the result if it's able to get the 2nd of March. So after the self-correction, it is possible to get the 3rd of March next year, which is 2022. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that the time can be adjusted properly by making some self-correction using JavaScript. So the day is 2nd of March. The year becomes 2022 after the correction to indicate the 14th month of the year, which is February next year. Okay. And of course, the time would be set according to the GMT plus 8 hours, which is my local time zone in Hong Kong. So you can see in this video that we have many ways to set up the time. The most important thing is that we know how to set up current time, and from the current time we can make some amendments using the set methods. We are also able to use the timestamp convention to indicate the particular time instant in JavaScript. And the way to use the timestamp is to just put the timestamp value into the date object. Okay. And we have to understand that the timestamp starts from a particular time in history, which is 1970, January the 1st, using UTC plus 0 time zone. Okay. And we are able to set up the precise time by passing the year, month, date, and so on to the date object. And also we are able to set up the time using a date string. So we pass a string of a particular format shown here, and the date value can be interpreted from this string. And also we are able to get the components of my date string, so that I can get the year, month, date, and so on from a given date string. Also, I'm able to get the day of a week, and I can also get the timestamp, which is obtained from a date string. This is the end of the video. If you have any questions about my video, please leave your questions on the comment section below the video. If you like this video, please give me a like and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.